Greetings to one and all. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on webinar Connect Day 1 on personal branding, designed in consideration and association with PSDS Society of Sydenham College. We at PSDS, we truly aim to provide students with opportunities to polish their skills. The topic of discussion for today's seminar is personal development. Personal development is an investment that helps to improve our knowledge and attitude towards life. It helps an individual to build one's skills, get set goals, work on the approach, believe in the potential, and improve awareness. Well, I, Saloni Haldankar, the host of today's webinar, is truly humbled and grateful to all the enthusiastic participants who have joined us today. Before we commence, I just have a few announcements to be made for all. Participants who are not able to see us on YouTube Live, so just in case there is any technical error or any technical glitch and you are not able to hear my voice or not able to communicate with us, please let us know in the comment section. Also, we will be circulating feedback form at the end, so please stay tuned. This session will be insightful and helpful for all of us to groom our personalities. For the same, we have our very special guest with us, an exceptional speaker, soft skill trainer, and an international image consultant specializing in personal branding, who has spread her knowledge and experience with students and corporates counting to 213,000. Our very esteemed speaker that we have on board, Ms. Shirin Talwar. A warm welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking your valuable time and joining with us in this session. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing?
Hi, Saloni. Thank you for this warm welcome, and I'm extremely grateful to be here on this platform for your society to be here today. And I am doing pretty well, and I'm completely thrilled and excited about today's session with the students of Sydenham College.
Thank you, ma'am, for being such a wonderful person for us.
Thank you. So, shall we start with today's session on personal branding and public speaking?
Yes, ma'am, we can start now.
Okay. I will be sharing my screen, and Saloni, just give me a heads up if you are able to view my screen when I share it.
Yes.
Are you able to view the screen?
No, ma'am.
Yeah?
Not yet.
Okay. Try once again.
Sure.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so today's session is going to be on personal branding and public speaking. So before we start with today's session, I would like to introduce myself. As Saloni rightly said that yes, I am an internationally certified image consultant and a soft skills trainer. As an image consultant, I help individuals in their grooming, dressing, making sure that they dress up according to their roles and goals, the promotion that they're applying for, the job that they want to apply for, And as a soft skills trainer, I've been giving trainings in different institutions, schools, colleges, and corporates on different soft skills like interpersonal skills, team management, leadership skills. So this is something that you can find out about myself on Google, on LinkedIn, but there is something that is special for you all, wherein I would want to share that why am I here today and taking this session with you all on personal branding and public speaking. So in my college years, in the third year of my college, when each and every student just wants to get placed in a good company, to have a secure corporate job. I also had such dreams to have a secure corporate job in marketing. And luckily, I got that corporate job in marketing. So the day I got that job was the day I realized that maybe this is something that I don't want to do. Yes, you can be anything that you want to be, but you need to be what you truly are. And that's when I started making content on social media, making content on my YouTube channel, and things just changed. So the offer letter that I had in my hand at that moment, the kind of package that it was giving me, and the amount I was making through my passion, through creating videos on YouTube, was way more than that corporate job. And I was like, okay, so maybe this is something, that is something you're calling. And that was only possible because I was able to build a personal brand. So to be able to build a personal brand, it is not necessary for you to have that set pattern in your life. And along with personal branding, what was something that was extremely important was to be able to speak publicly. Now, personal branding is who you truly are. And what are you talking about? Public speaking is how you're doing it. Personal branding is what, and public speaking is how you're doing it. You can be anything you want to be, right? हमें बचपन से कहा गया है that if you want to be an astronaut, yes, you can be. If you want to be the president of the country, yes, you can be. Prime Minister, yes. Engineer, doctor, yes, you can be anything you want to be. And I'm sure that most of you are going to agree with it. For most part of my life, I also agreed with it, and I definitely got what I really wanted. I could become anything that I wanted to be. But the reality is that you can't be anything you want, but you can be everything you truly are. And that is only possible when you know what your true calling is. There could be chances that you will be trying to achieve anything. Yes, you can do that with the right kind of hard work and qualification, but you can't be anything you want in the long run because that is not going to give you the right kind of satisfaction that you're looking for. Now, why personal branding and what is personal branding all about? Personal branding is finding your uniqueness and exploiting it in the service of others. All of us are coming from a certain background in our life. There's a unique way of doing things. If you're studying right now, there's a unique way of studying. For some people, they make notes, they make bullet points. For some people, they start working and then they're learning for their exam. There's always a unique way of doing things, and we have that uniqueness. My peer, my friend is going to score the same marks. She's also getting 9 out of 10. I'm also getting 9 out of 10. But the way we are doing things, the way we are presenting our answers is going to be different, and that is going to be unique. So when it comes to personal branding, find your uniqueness, explore your uniqueness, and exploit it in the service of others. All of us are service providers in a way. Even if you go to a vendor that is nearby, he or she is a service provider. Any businesswoman you see is a service provider. They are giving you a service. They are giving you a facility. They are providing you a product. So find your uniqueness. The day you find it, you'll be able to build your personal brand. And especially in your age, especially for the college students, this is the time where you can explore with your uniqueness. There could be a possibility that instead of one, you are having two, three uniqueness. Explore it and then exploit it. What is your uniqueness? Intersection of what you have been and what you are called to be. अभी तक क्या पैटर्न चलता हुआ आया है and the way you want to be called, that who you are today. All of us are having different experiences. There are currently thousands of image consultants in this industry right now. But then each and every image consultant is going to have their own background, their own story, their own topics that they are taking. Not everyone is talking about personal branding. Not everyone is talking about communication. Not everyone is talking about behavior. There's a background, there's an experience that we are living in our lives, and that is the intersection. And that is going to be the uniqueness. Strong personal brand. What is strong personal brand? Now you're able to find your uniqueness or your unique, different uniqueness that you have. How to build a strong personal brand? You're able to lead more, because the moment you start sharing who you are, the moment you start exploiting your uniqueness in the service of others, you're able to lead more, because you're sharing your true story with different people. You're able to speak more about something that's relatable to different individuals. And the moment something is relatable, you're able to lead more, because people are getting connected. You win more because you're able to connect with more people. You're able to negotiate, you're able to get more and more opportunities. And when you get more and more opportunities, you're able to earn more. So by building a strong personal brand, you lead more, you win more, and you earn more, because you already have a presence, you already have a personal brand. Definitely the companies are going to hire you for your personality. Now, the journey to build your personal brand is being self aware. Now, as we talked about our uniqueness, that is only possible for people who are ready to dwell into self awareness. That who you are. When I had that offer letter in my hand, I wasn't self aware. I wanted to explore more, that who am I? What is my calling? What am I doing? And that's when the moment you start questioning what's around you, why are you doing something, is the moment you start becoming self-aware. Tell your story. If I give you a topic on global warming and I just tell you, prepare a speech on that, हो सकता है बहुत content मिल जाएगा online. You'll get uh, dozens of essays or thousands of essays on global warming. बहुत मिलेगा. But the moment you start relating it to your story, you're able to see what's going to happen. So build your personal brand, sorry, based on your story. What is your story? Where are you coming from? What has been your hobby? What is something that you love reading about? Now, deepen your relationship. The moment you're self aware, the moment you start telling the story, you deepen the relationship with yourself and with the people around. Because you're talking about your story, you're talking about something that's factual. You're exploring your hobbies, you're exploring your interests. Even if you dwell into something that's interesting to you, there must be a story behind that, and stories are something that interests people. Now, with because we're talking about personal branding, this is probably the time when we think कि हमारा purpose क्या है, why are we doing what we are doing, and what is something that we really want to explore into. Make a list of three things. First is passion, second is expertise, and third is usefulness. Now, for example, For some people, makeup could be their passion, but their expertise is into a different field. Their expertise is into styling. And usefulness is something what people are looking for. Maybe they're providing that service. In my case, yes, I had expertise in marketing, in accounting, so I got that job. That was useful because I was providing the service. But was I passionate enough for that job? No. So list down your passions, list down your interests, list down what you're looking for, list down your hobbies, things that you have loved since your childhood. List down the expertise, things that you feel that you're skillful enough, or things where you feel that you can attain expertise by doing certain certifications, by doing certain courses, by getting experience in a field. Now, check its usefulness, whether or not it is useful to the people around you, and that is going to be your purpose. So, this is, finding your purpose and living it is a long journey. Today we might feel that yes, we know what our personal brand is, yes, we know what our purpose is, but then it's a long journey. You'll keep exploring it. Your personal brand will keep building itself. And it can only happen when it will be authentic. If you're starting your personal brand, if you're starting telling your story, if you're starting your journey by one fixed mindset, then it's not going to happen. Then you'll have those fluctuations in your mind. Just be authentic, tell your true story, and move ahead with your purpose. There are 4 P's of personal branding and public speaking. First is the problem. All of us, right now, right here, whatever we are doing in our lives, we are solving a problem. No matter what job you're going for, you're going to solve a problem that's already existing in the market. So, what is that problem that you're solving? And your problem is going to be related to your past experiences. That could also be a qualification, that you got skills in a certain field, and through those skills you're solving problem of people, you're solving problems of different companies. It's possible. Package it well. The way you're presenting something matters a lot. So your problem and then package. The reason why we have PPTs is packaging. People, demographics, psychographics. Suppose you have your personal brand on social media. Know what your demographics is. Know where people are coming from. कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? Which part of India they are watching you? Where are they coming? What is their mentality? What is the gender? So analyze the people, analyze the audience, analyze your clients. Pay. After all, you're solving the problem, you have the right education, you're packaging it well, you know people that you're serving. How are you going to get paid for it? If you're not getting paid, nobody's going to pay your bills here. So you have to get paid for your purpose, for something that you are looking for your personal brand. Even if it's related to public speaking, you need to get paid for it. So these are the 4 P's of personal branding: problem, package, people, and pay. Now, ABCD of public speaking and personal branding. First is appearance. A is appearance. Now, with appearance, it has been, there are a lot of myths कि नहीं हम जैसे हैं हम वैसे लगेंगे. People should accept us the way we are. Yes, people should accept us the way we are. Now, with appearance, we do not mean the physical features that we have. It means grooming and your personal style. Especially when it comes to public speaking, what matters the most is your body language. If you're slouching, if you don't have the right expressions, if your hair are all over, no, that is going to affect your appearance. That is going to affect your body language, the kind of facial expressions you have. your hand movement, your hand gestures. For example, if your hands are always around your face, just like that, that is going to affect your public speaking. If your hands are always on your hair, that is going to be very distracting. If you are going for public speaking, if you're building a personal brand, be mindful of what you're presenting. Be mindful of your clothing, of your grooming. There are 3 points in a person's body where you can judge their grooming. First is their head, second is their nails, and third is their feet, which means their shoes or socks. If these 3 things are clean, it means that the person is well groomed. And the kind of clothing that you're wearing. Now, with clothing, it doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and buy fashionable, stylish clothes all the time. No. By clothing, we mean whether your clothes are clean or not. No matter you're buying it from Kolaba or Sarojini Nagar, it doesn't matter. It matters whether they are clean and hygienic and well in the place or not. If I'm going to a wedding and I wear my jeans and top, then definitely it's not appropriate for that wedding. It depends, where that wedding is. So if I'm going to a wedding, I prefer to wear a suit, a lehenga, something that's appropriate as per the occasion. So for you, if you're having a job interview and you feel like wearing a t-shirt and jeans, then no, that's not job interview appropriate. If you're going for a job interview, then definitely wear formals. Same goes for if you're facing stage, if you're going for public speaking, your appearance matters and your body language matters. B stands for behavior. If you're doing something, if you are building a personal brand with humility and the right kind of attitude of helping nature, that is going to reflect in your public speaking, the kind of behavior you have towards people. C stands for communication. So, a lot of times, again, it's a myth. A lot of times, communication is always associated with the language that we are speaking. कहा जाता है कि इंग्लिश अच्छी होनी चाहिए तो राइट कम्युनिकेशन है. Definitely, language matters because that's how we are communicating with people. But then, just for that communication's sake, people keep focusing on Hindi, English, or Marathi, whatever language they are speaking in. Communication is way more than that. Communication is how we are communicating, how our body is communicating, a voice modulation, a voice fluctuation. Are we nervous? Are we not nervous? Our body is communicating, our expressions are communicating, our clothes are communicating. So communication is a whole package of everything that you see in a person when they're standing in front of you or if they're sitting in front of you. Now D stands for digital presence. आज के डेट में especially because of 2020, the dynamics about personal branding has completely changed. There was a time when people used to have pamphlets and even business cards. So business cards are still in, but there was a time when people used to spread pamphlets and do marketing. But today there's digital marketing. I started creating videos on my YouTube channel in 2017. And through digital presence, few of my videos reached all over the world. And I didn't do any paid marketing. That is the power of social media. Things can spread digitally without even spending any money. So being present on social media will help you lead more, win more, and earn more. If you, uh, if you, even if you have a CV in front of you and your social media is saying that, and in your CV you do have interpersonal skills written that you're humble and you're gentle and all of that, but in your if an HR sees your CV and your social media and they're able to see that, this person is always using abusive words on social media. Why is he doing it? So again, digital presence matters. If you're selling services, if you're selling your ideas, if you're selling who you truly are, if you're doing anything that's motivational on social media, digital presence matters, because it's a low cost, it's very affordable. Now, personal brand, because we are talking about digital presence, in today's world, everyone wants to be on social media. That yes, we want to be there, we want to market ourselves, we want to be there, we need to get more collaborations, and we'll make videos, we'll post pictures, we'll do shoots, and we'll be creative. But personal branding is, if you run well, people will come to you and offer you Nike shoes. If you go around asking for Nike shoes in order to start running, no one will offer. Again, read it silently. If you run well, people will come to you and offer Nike shoes. If you go around asking for Nike shoes in order to start running, no one will offer that. So today, when it comes to your LinkedIn, the day you really want a job, people will be able to see your skills because you're telling your story, who you truly are. In today's date, CVs are not enough. Not at all. They're looking for who you are. They're looking for your skill set. They're looking for your passion. They're looking for your true personality that people can analyze through your social media. So there are a lot of recruiters that I've been in touch with because of my soft skills training. And one thing that comes out is that each and every recruiter checks the social media of respective candidates before they hire them, before they even give the offer letter to them. So your CV should be reflected on LinkedIn. What your true personality is. They even check your Facebook and Instagram, but then having digital presence on LinkedIn is also important. Now, why content creation on social media? We're talking about personal branding, and if you're talking about personal branding and if you don't talk about social media, things are not going to work, especially because of 2020. Everything is on social media. There were businesses that were shut down, and there were businesses, $1 million businesses, that started because of 2020. So now the choice is yours. There were people who were able to equip themselves with new technology, new skills, that yes, I'm going to do it, and they made the best out of it by becoming millionaires. And there were people who were like, I can't do it, I can't learn this technology, and I'm not going to do it. So now the choice is yours. Either be on social media, have that digital presence, have your personal brand, or maybe, if you have any other options that are better for you, go ahead with them. So why content creation on social media? It's affordable. Today, people might not have TV, AC, laptop with them, but they will definitely be having phone. So phone आजकल सबके पास है. Even if you go down, if you take an auto, सबके पास phone है. So it's affordable, and especially when Jio entered the market, the dynamics about social media just changed. It's extremely affordable in today's date. It's accessible. It can be accessed from anywhere. Again, as we are talking about Geo is there in villages, in all kind of cities, tier 1, 2, 3, 4. Internet is everywhere in today's date. So if you're creating regional content on social media, it is going to be accessible. If you're creating content in English language, yes, it's going to be accessible, maybe all around the globe. So content creation. Why? Because it's affordable and accessible. It gives you a platform to share information. Again, we were talking about our uniqueness. There are things that are unique about us. There are things that we have learned through our experience, and that is very unique, जो और किसी को नहीं पता, or even if people know about it, they're not talking about it. So it helps you in sharing information, influence conversions. So if you are applying for jobs, or if you are a service provider, suppose you love photography, you'll get your potential clients, you'll get conversions, you'll get contracts through social media. I'm an image consultant, I get my clients through social media. So they influence conversions. It helps in reaching the masses. As I mentioned before, I started making videos, and my videos started reaching all around the globe. There were people watching my videos from US, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, and our videos do, our content has the power to reach the masses. And there are different ways of creating content. I've been mentioning a lot about videos, but then there are pictures. In pictures, if you love writing quotations, if you love presenting your thoughts in the form of art, in the form of flat lays, do that. Writing, not everyone is comfortable to come in front of the camera and speak, so write it down. Start writing, start reading, so that you have the right kind of words to write. So, and even like in today's date, we also have podcasts wherein you don't have to show your face, and you just have to speak, and you can just publish your podcast. And then even the podcast have become $1 million industry today. Now, the power of social media. So, this is one such incident that happened with me, and that's when I realized the power of social media. So, there was this hooligan, in my locality in Delhi, who used to, harass girls around them in Dwarka, the place where I live in. And one such incident happened with me too, that he flashed his private parts on me, and I was like, okay, you just go. And I called the police, and no action was taken when I called the police. So I just made a video on social media talking about such incidences that women have to face on the streets, and how unsafe it is. Along with that, I also shared the life learnings through the incident, that yes, we need to learn self-defense, we need to carry pepper spray with us, we need to have speed dial numbers, and how mind management is important so that such incidents do not happen. And when I made that video, within a week, police said that nothing can be done. Within a week, just because of that video, just because of power of social media, the culprit was caught, and culprit himself was a cop. And there were more women. He had been doing such things from 2 years past, from 2019, and he was caught because of the power of social media. There was a march that we had in Dwarka. So that is the power of social media. And we think that, maybe we should not come on social media. Oh, we have our inhibitions. Oh, we have our insecurities. We should not talk about things. This was something unique. This was something that you stand for. This was our own personal experience. And because of personal experience, things can change. We can bring change. So if you're someone who really wants to work for the society, uh, if you want to speak out what you're feeling, if you have had experiences, come out and speak about them. That's the power of social media, and that is why digital presence is important. Now, how social media is relevant for our services, or for someone who is looking for a job. Now, it helps in building relationships with clients or potential clients, and also the recruiters. Now, in today's date, people are getting placed by only having, a really good digital presence on LinkedIn. Especially due to COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs. But for those who already had various, plenty of followers on LinkedIn, they posted that, they lost their job, and then they got a job because they had those connections. For clients and potential clients, people might not take your services now, but then people will take your services later on. So it is helping you to build relationship with your clients. If you're a photographer, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a storyteller, if you're a public speaker, showcasing subject matter expertise. All of us are expert in some or the other field. If you feel that you're not an expert, then dive in and see whether or not you have imposter syndrome or not. Wherein you feel that you're not good enough, you self sabotage yourself. So know what your expertise is. Promotion. It helps in promoting causes. It helps in promoting your products if you're having a side business. It helps in promoting courses, workshops, the different platforms and how to optimize their usage. When TikTok ended, Instagram Reels came, and Instagram had a major thing that they won't be giving promotions and good engagement to new creators who are coming in. But then people who started making Reels, Instagram started giving the right kind of engagement to those people. Now, on Facebook, short videos work. Now, videos is again public speaking. पहले होता था पब्लिक स्पीकिंग वाज बहुत सारे लोग हैं 100-200 लोग बैठे हैं एंड वी आर टॉकिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा सॉरी इन फ्रंट ऑफ द mic and then we are just you know the energy is very high of that auditorium, but in today's date the reality is that this is public speaking. I'm sitting in New Delhi and most of you are from Mumbai, and what I'm doing is public speaking. So even if you are looking for presence, digital presence, Facebook, create short videos, create posters, groups. So on each and every platform, there are things that work, there are things that don't work. Yeah. YouTube पे videos work करती हैं. Snapchat पे you can document your life. If you're someone who wants to share their opinions, their perspective about things, they want to show their expertise, go on Quora, answer the questions, interact with people. Yeah. Twitter again for opinion. So all these platforms that we have digitally will help you build your personality, will help you build your personal brand. And these are the platforms that you can use even to get a job. Because as I said, recruiters do look your uh, social media before hiring you. And that's the deepest secret that we have here. Now, the key to build an online audience, how to get your first 1,000 followers, engage with people, talk to them, document your life, build an audience, and collaborate with different people, different creators, and that's how you'll be able to build an audience. Contribute something that's life changing for people. अगर मैं जाऊं and I'm creating the same content that every other creator is creating, my personal brand is not going to be different. If I'm contributing something that is true to my calling, that is true to what my life experiences have been, that will be life changing for someone else, because that's when people will be able to relate to you. Now, there are 3 C's of public speaking and personal branding. First is clarity. Know, be clear of what your personal brand stands for. Your personal brand, first of all, has to be authentic. Share what you truly believe in. Don't share that people, what XYZ is sharing, I will also share that. No, share what is your true calling. Now, consistency. Once you start building your personal brand, that is who you truly are. Be consistent with yourself. Be answerable to yourself. Now, constancy. Once you are clear with what you want to do and you're consistent, make sure that everything that you're doing is constant. Don't stop. Be consistent, and the idea has to be constant. Content is king. When it comes to public speaking, Be relevant. Use variety of tools to engage with the audience. Yeah. Communicate well. Again, be careful. With communication, we do not mean your language only. Language matters, but remember the way your body is communicating, your expressions are communicating, your hygiene is communicating. Rise out of the crowd. Give unique opinions that matter. Don't give an opinion that some influencer gave. Give what truly matters to you. Be unique in that sense. Share your stories. Suppose you want to get into a marketing job, share your story. Why do you want to get into a marketing job and not an accounting job? Why you're creating content on fashion and not on makeup? Yeah. So showcase your personality. Your brand has to speak a lot about you, your thoughts, what has been your experiences and not somebody else's. So showcase what your true personality is, what is your belief system. Create your own method for doing things. Don't follow the same pattern that has been going on. Share your story, share your experiences. And once you'll start doing that, you will learn on the job the right method to do it. When it comes to public speaking, there are people who practice for hours, for days, and for weeks, for months. And there are people who might just want to practice, one day and then they'll be able to do it. When it comes to public speaking, there's a chance that you might write down each and everything, and that is your method. And there's a chance that, there are people who stand in front of the mirror, and that is their method. So rise out of the crowd, give unique opinions, create your own methods, showcase your personality, and share your stories. Now, 4 steps to get you started with public speaking. Determine your area of expertise. You will only become a great public speaker if you are speaking about something that you truly know. Today, if you would ask me about IT, I might not be able to speak a word. Or I'll be able to say, oh, yeah, yeah, this, that, and I'll just leave. Determine your area of expertise. Pick up your own topics and then deliver. Know what your expertise is. And then you might feel that, you are not an expert in anything, but then you have had, a great experience for 20 years, 18 to 22 years, whatever your age is, and you are expert in something. So share your story then. The story and the life that you have lived, nobody on the planet is an expert in that. So determine your area of expertise. Pick your presentation topic. You have to create your own topic. You have to nurture that topic and then deliver it. Be your own boss in that. So pick your own topic. Determine extra something you can give to the audience. If somebody has to Google, वो Google करेंगे, वो search कर सकते हैं, but what is that extra something that you can give to the audience? Again, that will come through your expertise, that will come through your uniqueness. So determine extra something that you can give to the audience. Now, whenever it comes to public speaking, एकदम से लगता है कि अच्छा हम स्टेज पे जाएं और बस बात करना शुरू कर दें. No. Know your audience. Sometimes your audience can be your family. Sometimes your audience can be your friend circle. It does not automatically have to be a great audience of 100, 200 people where you're speaking. And what is that something extra that you want to give to that audience? Now, practice. Practice is a word that we cannot underestimate. We always think that people are just born public speakers. Few might be, there are a lot of people who are not born public speakers. All my school life, I used to go out on the stage and blank out each and every time for each and every skit, because probably that was the time when I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have that reason why something is important to me, and that fear used to be so much that I used to blank out. Now, practice is something that we cannot underestimate, and our level of expertise. The moment you're expert in something, the reason to spread that message becomes bigger than your fear. Practice well, determine what you are expert in, and then just go ahead with it. Fear is not going to do anything with you. Practice your public speaking skills so much that fear is going to be there. Then fear भी डर के भाग जाएगा. So practice something so much that even fear runs away. Now all of us have inhibitions, right? कि कैसे होगा, क्या होगा. Now fear of public speaking, also known as glossophobia, 74% people are suffering from it. Now, 74% is a great number. It's a huge number. It is even more than people who are suffering from, the fear of water, hydrophobia, or fear of heights. 74% is a huge number. So if today you are suffering from glossophobia, there were times that I also suffered from glossophobia. All the public speakers have one time or the other suffered from glossophobia. Now, is there any possibility to come out of glossophobia? Yes, there is. सब हो सकता है. And if you cannot directly come out of it, you can reduce it. And there's one tip that I'm going to give you that can help you come out of your glossophobia. There are going to be times uh, where you might feel that you don't know what to speak. You might blank out. Like I said, that in my school life, I used to always blank out. And then there are speakers who always say that हम बचपन से ही इतने अच्छे speaker रहे हैं. Since our school days, since second class, third class, and I'm like, okay, you have been a speaker, but there are people who are not great speakers in their school life or in their college life. But then there is a time that you have to step out of your comfort zone. So in my case, my public speaking experience, digital public speaking experience was when I started making videos, when I had that uh, spark in me that I have to build my personal brand. Otherwise, I'll have to work 9 to 5 for a job where I don't want to work, where I thought that was my dream. So when I started making videos, the first video that I made, I took 20 takes to just introduce myself. Hi, my name is Shirin. There was a time when I took 20 takes for something, and now there is something that comes naturally to me. So for something to be able to come naturally to you, you have to practice. And there's one tip that I'm going to give you in the end that is going to work for you. And that is definitely going to work for anyone who's going through glossophobia. Yeah. Unconditional self-love and awareness. Self-love is, again, बहुत कहा जाता है, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Today, even if you go out on stage, even if you're doing public speaking here digitally, what if something happens that you forget? क्या होगा उससे ज़्यादा? People will laugh at you. You also laugh at them. Just be aware. Don't be so harsh on yourself. So much so that you start self sabotaging yourself. You start questioning, oh, you can't do it. The way you're talking to self really matters. So that will help you in overcoming inhibitions that you're living with. Accept yourself. क्या हो जाएगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा? You'll forget, you'll faint. क्या होगा? Right? People will laugh at you. Your relatives will laugh at you if they'll watch your videos. It's okay. Your relatives, your friends, your peers, your teachers who might end up discouraging you are not and never going to pay your bills. You are the one who is building your personal brand, and you have to pay your own bills in the future. Nobody in the world is going to do that for you in the future. So remember that people who are laughing at you are not going to pay your bills. Public speaking can be a career for someone, can be a career for you too. And if you stop yourself because of glossophobia, because of self doubt, because of just thinking कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, वो क्या कहेगा, वो क्या कहेगी, people are going to make fun of me, क्या होगा, I might faint, क्या हो जाएगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा. Just think of the worst case scenario and just chill. That fear happens when we are so self conscious and ego centered कि कोई मेरे बारे में कोई कुछ गलत ना सोच ले, कोई कुछ गलत ना कह दे. People should always think in a positive manner about me, which simply means that we are not able to show our vulnerable side. And if you're not showing your vulnerable side to the audience, and if you're always wearing a mask, it is going to be so tiring for you. You might not enjoy the process that you're living. Be authentic. Again, as we said, if you're wearing a mask, it is going to be so tiring for you to come on social media to build a personal brand कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, दो पोस्ट डाले और नहीं होगा. Yeah, just a second. Have tunnel vision. Yeah, people will be there around you. जैसे घोड़ा होता है ना, उसकी टनल विजन होती है यहाँ पे, शील्ड होती है, so that you know a horse can only see his vision, his goal. Have that tunnel vision. Now, in my case, is there no one who's giving hate? Yes, there are people who give hate. There aren't there any relatives who are like कि अच्छा तुम करते क्या हो, तुम बताओ what you're doing, and still no, what you truly do, and they keep asking you what you truly do. There could be people, peers who are questioning what you're doing, but the point is they are not living my life. They are not the one who's going to sleep every day with the satisfaction. I am the one who's going to sleep each and every day with satisfaction because I'm satisfied with what I'm doing. I am able to pay my bills. So that's how you can overcome your inhibitions. Now, there's only one step that we have that can help us to get rid of glossophobia. हमने बात कर ली कि कैसे इनहिबिशंस को छोड़ना है, कैसे सेल्फ लव की तरफ जाना है, अवेयर कैसे होना है, ऑथेंटिक कैसे होना है, टनल विजन कैसे रखनी है. There's only one step that can help you, and that is to just start. Just start with your public speaking. Start with a small group. By public speaking, we do not mean that you have to stand in front of 100 people. Start with your friend circle. Start with friends of friends. Uh, Pick up a topic that you really feel something really strong about. Pick up that topic. Start talking in front of your friends and start taking feedback from them. Start taking feedback from your family. Then go ahead, practice it well. Public speaking is not always about 100 to 100 people. It's about those small moments where you are able to showcase your opinion, where you are able to present yourself, where you're able to present your perspective. Now, I know for a fact that there must be people, there must be, 90 or 80% people who must be agreeing with today's session. There's a complete possibility of that. But out of that 80%, there'll be only 20% people who will be able to take action. कि ठीक है आज मैं action लूंगी. I'm going to go ahead and do my public speaking and speak about topics. I'm going to ensure my personal brand is doing well. I'm going to ensure that my social media is doing well. Why is it? Because rest of you, even if you're agreeing to something, even 80% of you are agreeing to today's session, they're not able to start. So if you don't want to be someone who is not able to start, who is not going to make the most of it, just remember, start. You just have to start. So that's it for today's session from my side on public speaking and personal branding. And I would really love to connect with you all. If you have any questions, do let me know. And here's my social media on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and here's my work number and email ID for you all so that we are connected. So our connection right now is not the end. Yes, we had the session. The session is about to end in few minutes and वो होगा ही किसी भी हाल में. But the connection that we are having right now is not going to end. So in case you have any questions, you need any approval, suggestion, anything, just feel free to connect with me. Along with that, I also provide personal training on interview skills, on your appearance management, image consulting, soft skills. And if you're looking for anything other than that, just feel free to come, and we can interact about your skill set, my skill set. And this is my social media handles. We can connect there. And yes, Saloni. So if you're okay with it, we can start with our question and answers.
Thank you, ma'am, for being such a wonderful speaker and and it was really a phenomenal session. I am sure we all have learned and gained a lot of insight. We truly look forward to implement it in near future. Well, we have Samiksha and Palak for some question and answer session. Over to you, Samiksha.
Hello, ma'am. Well, it was really great and compelling of you listening you in this session. The way you explained all 4 P's of personal branding, it was really splendid. I've got a question to you. Personal branding in it. So, what's your advice for newbie students like us who are entering in the corporate world? What should be the first step to get started for development of oneself?
Okay, so when it comes to personal branding and someone who wants to get a new job in their life, for them, as I said, that recruiters are looking for your digital presence, the way you're active, your opinions. They check your social media presence, they check who you are, what you're doing. Your CV is not enough. Your personality speaks a lot. As we talk about appearance, if you're going for an interview and you're fidgeting constantly, it is showing that you're nervous. If you're not wearing the right kind of clothes, or if you don't know how to even introduce yourself, that is where you're lacking. Even that becomes a part of your personal brand. Your personal brand is your personality that you're carrying along wherever you go. So that has to be strong. And that is something which is required for any recruiter to hire you. Yes,
Thank
Samiksha.
you, ma'am. It does answer my question. Your explanation was crystal clear. Another question that is coming in right now by Viraj. He is asking, some people are great speakers in their school days, but as they grow up, sometimes they lose that confidence they had. How to bring back that confidence?
Yes, so it happens. Either some people do have confidence in the school years, and when they go to their college or jobs, they lose their confidence. So in that case, definitely those inhibitions and insecurities are coming into play. That you feel that what will people think about me, whether I'm doing something right or wrong. The self love starts lacking, the self doubt becomes so high that you're not able to think about anything else. That no, maybe I'm not good enough, I don't know how to do something. I'll go on the stage and I'll forget. This is something that you're always thinking about. Then if you're thinking about that, something like that, that is going to happen with you. There are people who are not confident, and confidence is a journey. Self love is a journey. Self awareness is a journey. You can't say that, yes, I am confident today. I am heading towards confidence each and every day. So today, if you feel that your confidence level has gone slightly down, it's okay. First of all, it's okay. It happens with people. It's okay. You can work on it. Just be self aware. What is that one reason? What are those reasons why you're feeling that confidence is getting low? And as we talk about that, only one step that can help you enhance your confidence is starting. So just start doing something, start taking action towards it, and then you will be able to solve that problem.
Yeah, that was a wonderful anecdote, and it was really crisp and clear. Thank you, ma'am. May I call upon Palak? She has got few questions that she would love to seek answers from you.
Yes,
Over
Palak.
to you, Palak.
Thank you, Samiksha. Very good evening, ma'am. The session, like Samiksha mentioned, was really insightful, and I'm sure that all of us learned something, and sure we will apply it on our lives. However, throughout the YouTube sessions, I have had a few questions here. I have a question from Dave. The question states, "How to be a good speaker if I am an introvert?"
Okay, so if you're an introvert, it's okay. Again, like that's a personality trait that you cannot do with anything. And if you're an introvert, it doesn't mean that you cannot be a great speaker. I myself, and there are a lot of trainers who are towards the introvert side. If you're an introvert, you have a lot of energy in you, you have a lot of observation skills, and this is your skill set, being an introvert. So you have a lot of observation skills, you can read more, you can learn more about people, and then when you go out on stage, you can use that energy that can come out. Again, the purpose of coming out, your purpose has to be stronger than you feeling fearful. So yeah, so your fear is here, and your purpose to come out in front of the public has to be here. So if that is there, being an introvert or being slightly, if you feel that your confidence level is low, that's okay. And especially being an introvert is a personality trait that you cannot do anything about it, and you can just embrace it so much. So just go ahead and again start taking action. Start with it. Yeah, yes, Palak.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope that answers his question, and I'm sure that even he is going to use it later in life. My last question is here from by Yashita. She's asking, voice modulation is important for public speaking, but as a speaker, the voice tends to sound nervous. Is there a way that we can avoid it?
You're saying that as a speaker, your voice
Sounds nervous.
sounds nervous.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
yes. Again, while you're practicing, uh, so that's why we say that practicing is important. Your voice might seem nervous when you're on stage, but then there's a high probability that you might feel that your voice is seeming nervous, and the other person might not feel it even. So this is something that you might even have in your head. So I remember that my colleagues, while we were under the training of train the trainer, train the trainer, I didn't do well, but there's a higher probability that only you are thinking that you're not doing well, and that's the way. So it's okay if you're nervous. आगे भी जो लोग हैं, they are humans, and they are going to understand you no matter what.
Correct.
The network was okay. You were able to hear the answer.
Yes, ma'am, we understood. Yeah, the answer was crystal clear. Ma'am, we have one more question. If someone is asking, since we have a very short time while introducing ourselves to the interviewer, what should be some of the points that we must cover in this brief time to give ourselves the best chance? I think that is a question all of us really need an answer to.
Yes, sure. So, suppose you're sitting for an interview, and this is one of the most common questions that interviewers have. Tell me something about yourself. And when you have to introduce yourself, you tend to fumble because हमें आज तक बताया ही नहीं किसी ने. What do we have to speak about ourselves? हम कौन हैं, कहाँ से आए हैं, where are we coming from? So there's a question whether or not should I talk about my society work, my professional work, or should I talk about my hobbies? Should I talk about my family here? Is it okay to talk about my family? Should I talk about my friends? What should I do? So this is a question that most of the students have. And again, it's okay, because when I was appearing for those interviews, even I had those questions, what should I tell, kya bolu? But then again, your introduction is something that you have to practice. I mean, लगता है that it comes very naturally to you. No, it doesn't come very naturally to most of the people. So you have to practice when you are sitting for interviews. Now, what you have to practice is that it has to be a blend of who you truly are. If your CV is telling everything, your hobbies and your skill set, and that is something that you're talking about yourself, then why is that interviewer asking you that question? Tell me something about yourself. Definitely, they want to know something more than your CV, something more than your profile. So talk about your interests, talk about your story, that this is the course that I entered into with a vision. Talk about your purpose with a vision. So the purpose does not have to be always long term कि मुझे जिंदगी में ये पाना है वो पाना है. It has to be just that purpose, small purpose of entering into the course, that small purpose of applying to that job. Why, suppose you're applying for a marketing job, why marketing matters to you so much? So tell me something about yourself. You can also add on that why you love marketing and why you are here today. What has been your background? So also include some small introduction about the society work that you've done, different fests that you've worked in, extracurriculars, your education, that this is the percentage that I've been getting, I've been a high achiever. Then also add on some background. What is your vision? What is something that you're looking forward in life? And then your vision, your purpose has to be related to the job that you've applied for. That cannot be communicated in the same manner. That vision can be same, but that cannot be communicated in the same manner the way you're doing it for different interviewers and recruiters. So it has to be a blend of everything, definitely different from your CV. Yeah. Yes, Palak, was I able to answer your question?
Sure, ma'am. I'm sure. I think that really helps because most of us don't know what to say and we get confused and then we say things that are not required, honestly.
And also practice your introduction really well. People don't practice it well, how to introduce themselves. ऐसा लगता है हमें तो पता ही है हमारे बारे में. Practice it well, because that is going to be your starting point of the interview.
Correct. Ma'am, there is just one more question. Viraj is asking, do you think the idea of personal branding is misunderstood? And if yes, why?
Palak, you're not audible.
Hello.
Yes. Now it's fine.
There's just one more question. So this is the last one. Viraj is asking, do you think the idea of personal branding is misunderstood? If yes, how?
So, personal branding is again subjective. लोगों को लगता है it's only about social media. Some people might feel that you need to have a business to have a personal brand. So for me, and the kind of definition that I gave you for personal brand, it is something that is unique for you. That is an intersection of what you want to be called for. That is your personality. That is who you truly are. Then if this idea will be misunderstood, then you're just playing around with yourself. You don't know yourself. You're not being self-aware. So again, it is subjective. Now you might end up reading different definitions about personal branding on social media, and then you might feel that this is something that I don't relate to. Then personal branding is subjective. You have unique experience in your life, and that exists, and that is your personal brand. So how can your experiences in your life can be misunderstood by anyone?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Even that answer was way clear. So I think we have reached towards the end of this session. Ma'am, you have been an eloquent speaker and obviously we have learned a lot, especially I have learned a lot here. And I'm sure that everyone, all the committee members, everyone who's watching this on live YouTube have learned something that they can apply to their lives from being a good speaker to how to introduce yourself to how to carry yourself. I think all the aspects of this has been very clear, and I think this is a big thank you from my end. Second, I would really like to thank Saloni for being an amazing host. You have been amazing, and I'm sure that the session has been as lively as it could have been possible. Thank you, Saloni. I would also like to thank Professor Singhal. He is our professor in charge. He has always supported us throughout the whole journey of the Public Speaking and Debating Society. He has always guided us through the right path, and I'm sure we would not be having this event if it were not for him. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my joint chairperson, Ms. Tejal Urban, and the entire committee for being really supportive and for helping us out through day and night. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that we meet each other for another time for a better session. And tomorrow we are going to meet again at 6 o'clock with yet another great speaker. So I really hope you all are going to be there, and I hope it is going to be fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.